Yesterday, lots of people, paying tribute to those who lost their lives. And they've done the same in Russia for generations because they had a huge death toll, 27 million, I think. Soviets lost their lives in that awful struggle against the Nazis. Not all of them soldiers, huge number of civilians as well. But today, President Putin expected to use this national sort of sacred day to talk about his own special operations. Tell us what you expect will be different this year from previous Victory Day parades.
First of all, we expect to have less personnel and less equipment in the actual parade because obviously they're off to war. But clearly, Putin will put the emphasis on the war that he's fighting at the moment, and he's going to make the connections between World War II and this war, and he's going to make all kinds of ridiculous accusations like calling the Ukrainians Nazis and things like that. So there's obviously going to be a much more emphasis on this war and drawing the connections.
Interesting that both sides seem to be referring to the Nazis or fascism as the common enemy. How helpful or unhelpful is that? I mean, we're hearing that today our Defence Secretary Ben Wallace will use that analogy in a key speech today. Very different enemies, though, weren't they, the Nazis, from President Putin? And the same, President Putin's reference to the Nazis, very different from his neighbours, Ukraine.
Yeah, there are clear similarities in terms of the expansionist aims, Putin's use of ethnic grievances to justify wars and invasions. There's increasing social Darwinistic rhetoric, I think.
Well, but to be clear, that's coming from Putin rather than from the West or from NATO, as he claims. But yet he's the one making the suggestion that the enemy have Nazi elements, which is complete nonsense.
Oh, yeah, that is, yeah. I mean, if you look at the 2019 elections in Ukraine, the far right was absolutely nowhere. So, and Ukraine's democracy, yes, it's got problems, but it's a democracy, and yeah, these accusations are, ridiculous.